Welcome back to another video. This isn't going to be a music review. I've had over 200 hits on these speakers, and all I did was play about a 30-second clip. So I thought it'd be a good idea to actually just go over a quick review on these speakers for those of you who want just an average homeowner's perspective on what these speakers you can do. What am I talking about? The Monitor Audio Silver Series 500 7th generation. Now, the previous speakers I had were by a Canadian company called Energy. Energy today is garbage. It's not a good company at all. I wouldn't suggest you buy their speakers. But back in the early to mid 90s, Energy was actually a very respected company. And I picked up the Energy C8, which is a similar design to this. It was part of their Connoisseur series. They had dual 8-inch woofers, like you see here, and 1-inch tweeter. Now, why did I upgrade? Why wasn't I entirely happy with those? Well, I was younger. I was mostly into rock music, and they were a very bass-forward speaker. And through the years, I was happy with them, but through the years, my taste changed to jazz, to classical, to a lot of different things, but I obviously still love rock and roll. Now, why did I decide to purchase these? Well, one, financial reasons. These are expensive speakers. They retail for about $3,800, so you're looking at about $4,300 with tax, at least here where I live in Canada. And so that was obviously a factor. But another reason is because I've been watching a lot of different speaker manufacturers that I was interested in. Bowers & Wilkins was a brand that I was very interested in, watched them for years, but also Monitor Audio. I've been watching them for about 20 years. Now, Monitor Audio, British company, started in 1972, 50 years ago, and really rose to prominence, I would say, in the early 90s. They started to come out with some really great speakers. They were metal domed woofers, and their philosophy is that a metal domed woofer is the best response for sound waves. It's immediate, it's detailed, whereas paper woofers bend and they can affect the sound wave. Now, I don't know the truth behind that, but I do know that when I listened to these, I was very, very impressed. And so when I had the financial means, I did read a lot about these speakers. They've been winning all sorts of awards. I don't buy things for awards or for reviews. I buy them because of my listening ability, what I like in the speaker. I was able to audition these about 3-4 weeks ago, and I was truly impressed. I was absolutely blown away by the clarity, by the imaging, the soundstage, the bass response, and the detailed highs. Now, the biggest thing about these speakers that you'll notice from the 6th generation, is a smaller mid-range. Now, what does that do? That, I feel, because I listen to them both, I feel it really tightens up the top end. The tweeter and this mid-range, the 3-inch mid-range, I really feel that it goes a long way in helping the higher registers of the music. Of course, the dual 8-inch woofers, the mid-range and the woofs are a aluminum magnesium compound, ceramic coated. You'll find this type of material in aircraft. It's very strong, very rigid, very light. And if you come in close here, you can see that there's a dimpled pattern. Now, what this does is two things. Number one, it aids the rigidity of the diaphragm, and it also helps to disperse the lateral sound waves, or so I've read. It's a beautiful design. I really like the way they look, and of course, Monitor Audio has always had the gold anodized tweeter, which you can see here. Comes in a variety of finishes. I got the walnut veneer. I kind of like it because it forms with a dark veneer. It forms a nice contrast with the silver drivers. Outrigger feet, which I didn't have before. Now, if you come to the back here, you can see in the back all the drivers. They're screwed in, all the drivers in the back, with dual ports. And I have them bi-wired at the bottom, you can see that. Now, bi-wiring, but that's for another video. But what that does is that helps to fasten and secure the drivers to the structure, which helps with vibration and resonance. And so it basically is one solid unit, where a lot of drivers are affixed to the inside of the structure. This is actually bolted right to the back. Excellent design, can't say enough. Now, what impressed me about these enough to buy them was the clarity and the detail, absolute detail on the high register. It was like somebody took a shower curtain away from my old speakers, and I could really hear the music fresh. The bass is as well as detailed, it's tight, but it's not boomy. It doesn't resonate into this big fat bass sound. It's a controlled, tight hit, and it really great, very lifelike, these speakers. In terms of the sound, the sound stage is very good. Close your eyes, you can start to point to the different areas where the instruments are, and of course it's only coming from 2 boxes, but their ability to do that is really amazing. Manufacturer recommends 80 watts. I agree. I'm running a Rotel. It's an older RA1062. Puts out 60 watts per channel. It's been a really great workhorse amplifier, but I will upgrade, and I'll tell you why. At the lower registers, at the lower volumes, these are lacking a little bit of clarity. And I do think that at 80 watts and up is a good recommendation. They're easy to drive. I'm getting some great sound out of these, but I will eventually upgrade my amplifier. I'm not aligned to any magazine or any audio website or anything like that. I'm just an audio enthusiast and an audiophile who loves great music. And I can't really recommend these enough. These are a truly fantastic speaker. I do have them by-wired. Now, if you know what by-wiring is, it basically, to a certain extent, doesn't make the crossover network in the speaker work as hard. The crossover network in these speakers that basically takes the audio signal and assigns it to drivers is very fast. The music comes through with a response and a speed that I was truly impressed with. Now, are you going to notice a lag? Probably not necessarily, unless you hooked it up to a computer. But I will say that these speakers are detailed, they are fast, they're clear, they're concise, and nothing is overly colored. Are they a completely neutral speaker? No, absolutely not. They do offer some color, some play, but that's fine. They're very fun, and I'm really experiencing a lot of the music that I listen to new. They do a great job on brass, on horns, guitar, piano, solo instruments. These things shine, but if you're going to put on Metallica or Van Halen, Pink Floyd, they will also rock the room. No problem there. So the Monitor Audio Silver 500 7Gs, fantastic speaker. The Silver line is kind of the midway point of their line. They start at their bronze, silver, gold, and platinum, and these are the top end of the Silver line. They hit it out of the park with these, so I'm very impressed. Hope you enjoyed the review, and we'll see you next time.